Hey guys, welcome back to the networking. It's gonna be one of them days today. Crazy entrepreneur interview. And you guessed it, Melissa Simmons is coming back. We are amped up to have her on the show again. It's been great conversations, and if you want to come up here and do an entrepreneur interview on the network podcast, make sure you hit me up at Stackpack. Hit me up on Instagram. Make sure you send me a message because we're doing nothing but heat here. And we're putting on for the people. We putting on for the people. We want you to be a part of it as well. But shout out to Melissa. Shout out to the people that's been coming up to the show and giving us some episodes and giving us some cool dynamics to talk about. We appreciate you guys and we see you guys. We cooking right now. Cooking them right now. Now, I know Melissa's coming back in the studio and I love when she comes up. It's always good energy when she comes up here, especially on the network, right? Good energy, good vibes, and we getting right back into the show. I know that last time you guys were listening to Melissa, it was a fire conversation, and I actually think she just stepped in the studio. So welcome back, Melissa. I want to get back into it because you came in straight fire, and my first question for you, Melissa, on the network is, have you ever had to outwork people just to receive the same respect? Over to you.
Hey, how are you, Stack, today? And I'm so excited to be back. Yes, I think that's the, I always have to outwork people. I always have to outwork people. You know, when you realize that the bar is different for you than everybody else, you just do what you need to do to get over the bar, right? So I've always learned to put in 110%. If the expectation is 100, I'm gonna do 110. If it's 200, I'm gonna do 250. If it's 300, I'm gonna do 500. Whatever it takes, because what I've learned is when you put your all into it, and people are already judging you. Once you achieve not just what they could do, but even more, now how they look at you the next time is totally different.
Come on, Melissa. You came in and fired that one straight up. We're glad to have you back on the network. What does confidence actually look like behind closed doors for you, Melissa? Over to you.
Oh, wow. Confidence for me is behind closed doors. It's really, believe it or not, my family. The confidence for me is how they support me, how they love me, how they take care of me, how when I don't have a good day, when I come home, how they then, make me laugh or make me smile. Confidence is knowing that regardless of what happens to me outside, when I come back inside, I'm going to be okay. Because my husband is there for me, my children are there for me, my best friends are there for me. So confidence for me is really receiving the love so that when I go outside, I'm full of all the love so I can endure whatever I face when I get outside.
Come on, Melissa. Now, that was a perfect answer. Now, Melissa, have you ever lost relationships because your ambition or dreams became too big for them? Over to you.
Wow, yes and no. I think what happens for me, I've been around people who I see things a lot different. I'm a type of person where I'm always pushing. I'm always pushing the envelope, and for some people that's too much. A lot of times I used to get, especially when I was a little younger, like why you have to go so hard? Why you have to push so hard? So yes, I've lost, some relationships because people had an expectation of me that I didn't have for myself. I'm not gonna give 50%. I'm not just gonna do certain things. I'm gonna go above and beyond. And it's not on purpose. It's just how I'm made up. So if you ask me to do something, if you ask me to bake a cake, I'm gonna bake the best cake you've ever seen, right? So when you have that kind of drive and passion for work, to start your own business, a lot of people can't hang with that. So I have lost relationships because of that, but the blessing has been the relationships I gained because of it. I have so many people in my corner. I have so many people that support me, including my family, great friends, even my colleagues. I have colleagues that are very close to me because together we share the same kind of passion and we have the same kind of drive to really just do the best we can in life.
Come on, Melissa. Now that's perfect. Now I heard you say something about push through. Now that's leads me right into my next question. How do you know when it's time to pivot versus push through in this entrepreneur lane? Over to you.
Very good. Very good question. For me, it's a feeling. One of the blessings I have is to have clients and to have multiple contracts in place. And even though some contracts I have, I'm making more money than others. For me, it's not about the money. It's about what I'm building, the relationship I'm building with the people. And when I have to pivot in a job, it's because I'm now not me and the person in charge are not seeing eye to eye. Whatever their expectation was, it may not be the same expectation I have. And when I see that kind of, sliding to the side, and at first I'll try to fix it or I'll try to compensate for it. But then when I have this feeling like, okay, I think I've done all I needed to do here. I make sure I complete the job that I was asked to do, and I very respectfully and very professionally say, okay, I think I've helped you along the way. I've accomplished what you've asked me to do, and I think it's time for us to just, part ways. And that's when I know it's a feeling. It's when I don't feel that because I believe the power of agreement is so strong. If I'm not agreeing with the person that has brought me in, then I have a problem. Because now I'm not going to be able to really satisfy everything you're looking for. So when I get that feeling, that's when I pivot. And then I said, okay, I like I said, professionally end it, but I do end it.
Come on, Melissa. We flying through this now. I got another fire question for you, Melissa. What motivates you more? Freedom, impact, or proving people wrong that doubted you? Over to you.
Oh, freedom. I would love to say proving people wrong because, who doesn't want to prove their naysayers wrong? But at the end of the day, it's impact for me. But for so long, can you say, see, I told you. But I'm a big person and say, I could show you better than I could tell you. So the impact I'll make for me is really what drives me. And maybe some of the extra pieces that maybe I will get, wow, I've proven you wrong. And that's when I think, and that does happen, and that's usually a full circle moment for me. But even in that moment where I say it's a full circle moment, it's the impact that has me back there. Meaning it's the passion that I brought to this project, to this situation, that now you're able to get the solution that nobody else is able to give you. That's the impact I'm looking to make.
Come on, Melissa. Woo! Fire. I told you I had Melissa Simmons coming up here, and it's like her fifth time up here, and it's nothing but heat. Now, Melissa, I got another one for you. Now, how do you build a strong network without feeling fake? Let's talk about it.
Good question, because I think a lot of people question when people walk up to them or when you're trying to do things for people. And I think for me, what I do is I'm very honest. I let people know if they have an issue. I'm not sugarcoating things for you. I'm going to let you know what it is and what you have, in front of you. But then I'm also quick to say, okay, but this is how I can help you. And I think I build that trust because I'm constantly coming back and bringing the solutions you were looking for. I think when I stay consistent with that, even though people, everybody always looks at, especially in business, it's like, okay, what are you looking to get from me now? But it's when you go and start seeing the solutions come to pass, or even stepping in when others wouldn't. Recently I was able to say, you know what, let me do this for you. You're busy. Let me help you do that. And then coming through for somebody. when nobody else was going to come through for them. And that's how I've been making my relationships, even my work relationships and clients, sometimes move from client to friend, because I've heard from a number of people, wow, you've shown up for me more than other people have shown up. Because I believe there's a power in your presence, meaning you showing up when others won't, says something to the people you're working with, the people you're talking with, the people you're dealing with. And I think that's how I go from client or consultant to friend.
Come on, Melissa. Now I have another one. This one's fire. Now, what is the most hardest part, Melissa? Is it starting a business or is it maintaining the business? Over to you.
Ooh, definitely for me, starting, I think that's a big hurdle for many people. Starting a business takes a lot of different components. It takes learning what you need to do. It takes investment, not just investment of money, investment of time. It takes research. It takes, putting your name out there, and then, creating situations to network and things like that. So I believe starting a business is the hardest part, because once you've done all of the hard work, it's funny how when the door finally opens, once you open the door and you prove yourself capable of doing what you now said you thought you can do, and then you do it, that good work now has its own power, and people hear about it. So once people hear that, oh, she knows what she's doing, now the phone calls start. So once you start a business and really put all your efforts in and make whatever that first day, week, month, year work, your word will get out to the public and they'll start coming to you.
Come on, Melissa. Now that's it right there. It's my last one for Melissa. She's been just firing it up. Now, Melissa, what's one trait that every successful entrepreneur must develop? What's one trait we must develop?
Humility. That was the easy one for me. I believe humility, because humility allows you to see something and admit you did it wrong. Too often we don't admit when things are wrong, and even to admit it to somebody else. I'm a big person. I love to take, I don't like to do things wrong, but when I do, I will take full responsibility. And I think when you take full responsibility for things, if you make a mistake or something, you create a level of trust for people. And you have to be humble to say, I was wrong. You have to be humble to say, you know what, I missed that one. And we're human. And I think when people see that in you, there's something that changes. Says, you know what, I can trust you, because you're not going to sugarcoat things for me. If you're willing to be humble in this situation, you know what, I can continue to work with you. I think when you see that and you see how people come to you, not fake, but willing to kind of, show their vulnerabilities, I think that trait is attractive. Doesn't sound attractive, but it becomes attractive, because I think when people know you're being real with them, that creates a level of trust.
Come on, Melissa. Told you guys we didn't have Melissa come up here and fire it up once again. Sheesh. Nothing but heat. Oh my God. Melissa, any final words before we get up out of here? Because I know we got, some more things to do and hit up in the head. Any more final words for us?
Today I was working with a couple of my clients, and one of the things we were able to talk about is always being able to download and kind of reflect. And I think one of my final words is, in business, I think it's a daily reflection, because every day we go out there, we try to do something. I think we regenerate and rejuvenate ourselves when we are able to kind of just look at things and take it in and reflect, so that the next day you're just starting at a new slate to just be successful.
Come on, Melissa. We love that. Melissa will be right back in. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Let's go.
See you soon. Thank you.